am B. Janardhan Reddy. In this video, I am going to tell you about potential difference in electricity. We have seen in the previous videos that when the two ends of a conductor are connected to a battery, electrons move in a specified direction from negative terminal of the battery to its positive terminal, isn't it? Now the question is, where do the electrons get energy for their motion from? It is the potential difference between the two ends of the conductor make the electrons to move systematically, isn't it? Let us study this in detail. Now I am going to connect a battery between the two ends of a conductor, and you can see how the electric field will be set up throughout the conductor simultaneously. Okay, this is a conductor and A and B are the two ends of the conductor. Okay, see here, when the ends of a conductor are connected to the terminals of a battery, an electric field is set up throughout the conductor, and here the length of the conductor is L. Okay, now I am going to connect a battery between the two ends of the conductor. As soon as a battery is connected, an electric field is set up immediately simultaneously along the length of the conductor at a time. Okay, see here, that's all how an electric field has been set up, and the direction of the electric field is from positive to negative terminal of the battery. It is from A to B. Okay, now I am going to take a free positive charge. Imagine that there exists some fluid in it, isn't it? So it is a fluid conductor. Imagine like that. Remember one thing here, in case of solid metallic conductor, there will be only motion of electrons. But in case of fluids, when current is allowed to pass through them, the positive and negative ions move in opposite directions. So for that reason, here I am taking a positive charge. Here Q is the positive charge which is at the end A. Okay, so due to the electric field set up by the battery, what happens? This electric field exerts some force on the charge Q, isn't it? The electric field will exert some force on the charge Q. Because of that, the charge Q will move from A to B through the length L. Okay, see here, this field exerts a force on the charge Q. Let the force exerted by the electric field on the charge Q is Fe. Fe is the force on charge Q. Because of this force, the positive charge moves from A to B through a distance L. See here, this force is acting on this. For that reason, it is moving along the length of the conductor. It has moved through a distance L. That means the electric force Fe has done some work on the charge Q in carrying it from A to B. You can see once again, how much force is acting on the charge Q. It is the force Fe. Because of that force, how much distance it has covered. The distance covered by the charge is L. That means the electric force has done some work on the charge Q. You know, the work done by a force is nothing but the product of force and distance. So here, work done by the electric force on the free charge Q is equal to force into distance. That means W equal to Fe into L. That means the electric force has done this much work on the charge Q in carrying it from A to B. Okay. So what is the total work done by the electric force on the charge Q? Just now we have seen it is W equal to FEL. Here I am bringing back the previous frame to visualize once again, isn't it? Just now we have seen it. You can see here work done by the electric force on the free charge Q equal to force into distance. We have got it as W equal to FEL. This is the total work done by the total charge Q. But I want to find the work done by the electric force on unit charge, isn't it? See here, work done by the electric force on unit charge, this equal to W by Q. It is nothing but FEL by Q. This is nothing but the potential difference between the two points A and B. So let us define the potential difference. Work done by the electric force on unit positive charge to move it through a distance L from A to B is called potential difference. Here electric force is doing some work in carrying the charge from A to B. So what is the total work done by the charge on Q? It is W equal to Fe into L. But I want what is the work done by the electric force on unit charge. It is W by Q, isn't it? This is nothing but whatever the work the electric force will do on the unit charge in carrying it from A to B is called as the potential difference between the 2 points in the conductor. Okay, so the potential difference is denoted by symbol V. The potential difference between 2 points separated by a distance L in a conductor is given by, isn't it? V equal to W by Q. It is FEL by Q. Okay. And the potential difference is also called as voltage, isn't it? And the SI unit of potential difference is volt. Potential difference is measured in volts. Okay, so here 1 volt equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb. That means if the electric force does a work of 1 joule in carrying 1 coulomb charge from one point to another point, then the potential difference between those 2 points is said to be 1 volt. That means the electric force has to do 1 joule of work in carrying 1 coulomb charge from point A to B. Then the potential difference between the 2 points A, B is 1 volt. So 1 volt equal to 1 joule per coulomb. Now let us discuss the direction of current in terms of potential difference. Direction of electric current in terms of potential difference. See here, when electric current is passed through fluids, the positive ions and negative ions move in opposite directions. Here you can see here is a battery and here is the copper sulfate solution in which I am inserting 2 electrodes, and I will connect the battery to the electrodes. This is anode and this is cathode, isn't it? So positive terminal is connected to anode and negative is connected to cathode through a bulb. Now in copper sulfate solution, when there is no current is flowing, copper ions and sulfate ions move randomly throughout the solution. That means there is no electric field exists between positive to negative terminal. Now I am going to close the switch. Bulb glows, current is passing through the fluid. In this case, what happens you can see here. Copper ions are moving towards cathode and sulfate ions are moving towards anode. That means both positive and negative ions are in motion in case of fluids. Okay. You can see here the direction of the motion of positive charges in an electrolyte is always in the direction of the electric field, while negative charges move in a direction opposite to that of positive charge. Just now we have seen. Again you can see. So when current is passed through fluids, both positive ions and negative ions move in opposite direction. But here positive ions move along the direction of the electric field. That is, here we have seen copper ions are moving from positive to negative, that is from anode to cathode, and negative charges, that is sulfate ions, are moving opposite to the direction of copper ions. There is no current in it now. For that reason, all the ions are, that is both positive and negative ions, are moving randomly inside the copper sulfate solution. Now let us close the switch. See here, now copper ions are moving along the direction of the electric field. Sulfate ions are moving towards left. Okay. Thus, for conduction in fluids, there exists motion of both positive and negative charges, whereas in case of metal conductors, there will be only motion of electrons. Okay. Just now we have seen that when positive charge moves from point A to B, electric force does positive work on that. The work done by the electric field on the positive charge is positive. Let us see here. A, B are the two ends of the conductor. I am connecting a battery and electric field has been set up from A to B. This is the direction of the electric field. Suppose positive charge is there. Let us assume that Q is the positive charge. Isn't it? So this positive charge is moving along the direction of the electric field. When it is moving along the direction of the electric field, we say that electric field does positive work. That means the work done by the electric field on the positive charge is positive. That means we can say that A is at high potential and B is at low potential. For that reason, positive charge is moving from higher potential to lower potential. But in case of electrons, electrons move opposite to the direction of the positive charge. Electrons move opposite to the direction of the electric field. That means they move from low potential to high potential in a metallic conductor. You can see here positive charge, it is moving along the direction of the electric field. Fe is the force. Positive charge is moving towards right and electron is moving towards left. Isn't it? Once again you can see here, that means positive charge is moving from higher potential to lower potential, whereas negative charge, that is electron, is moving from lower potential to higher potential. Once again you can see here, this is the positive charge, this is the electron, both are moving opposite directions. Okay, so the same thing here I am writing. If a positive charge moves from point A to B in a conductor, the electric field does positive work. So W by Q is positive for free positive charges, isn't it? Then we say that just now I have told you the direction of electric field is from A to B, and the point A is at high potential and point B is at low potential. Okay, as negative charges always move in a direction opposite to the electric field, we consider that electrons move from low potential to high potential. Okay, so this is the direction of electric current in terms of potential difference. For that reason, I explained in my previous videos that two currents exist. One is conventional current and another one is electron current. But in general, we have to show only the conventional current. What is the conventional current? The direction of the motion of positive charges is called as the conventional current. Conventional current is always from positive to negative terminal, and the direction of flow of electrons in a metallic wire is called electron current. Electron current is opposite to the direction of the conventional current, isn't it? So we have to show in all our next coming circuits only conventional current. You can see here is a battery. I am connecting this battery to a bulb through the connecting wires. Okay, here the circuit is kept open. For that reason, bulb is not glowing. And in this case, I am going to show you both conventional current and electron current. We can imagine, isn't it? Conventional current direction is from positive to negative terminal. Actually, in the conductors, in this conductor, electrons only flow. But we have to show the direction of the conventional current from positive to negative terminal. So when the switch is closed, bulb glows. Now you can see here. Electrons are flowing from negative to positive terminal of the battery. This is called electron current. Electrons always flow from low potential to high potential because positive terminal is at higher potential than negative terminal. And we have to show the direction of the conventional current like this, isn't it? Arrows are moving along the direction of the conventional current. This is the conventional current direction. It should be shown from positive to negative. And in a circuit, from now onwards, I am not going to show you both currents simultaneously. It is not required. We have to show only the conventional current direction. It is from positive to negative terminal of the battery. Okay, so here you can see conventional current. The direction of flow of positive charges is called conventional current. It is from positive terminal to negative terminal of the battery. And here it is opposite to the direction of electrons flow in a metallic conductor. You see here, conventional current direction is opposite to the direction of electrons flow in a metallic conductor. Okay, from now onwards we have to show only this current, that is conventional current from positive to negative terminal. So positive terminal is at higher potential and negative terminal is at lower potential, isn't it? So current always flows from a point of higher potential to point of lower potential. For that reason, we have to show the conventional current direction only. Thank you.